All right, I'm going to go over a couple of things with 1-point exterior perspective here. Um, and I guess I'll tell you what I got set up here. I got my paper taped to my board, which I recommend to you too. And then underneath it, I don't know if you can see it, but except for maybe on the side, I've got this string of this piece of thin tape, and that's my horizon line. And so with all linear perspective, grab my weapon here. With all linear perspective, one of the first lines you want to make is your horizontal horizon line. And so I'm going to line up here with mine just to show you. You can see something like that. Ooh, I don't know if you can. So let me try this with a heavier pen, pencil or something here. There's some charcoal. Yours, you could probably get away with a pencil because you'll be able to see it. Yeah, okay, nice. It's going to be hard to erase that, but it's good to be able to see it. So here are some of my fundamentals of 1-point perspective. So number one, your horizon line. Number two, a point on that line, probably somewhere close to the center. I'll make mine huge so it'll be easy to see it. That's my vanishing point. And so for what I'm going to do here, I only have 3 options. Okay, I have horizontals, verticals, and diagonals to the VP. Better not write stuff because it's all backwards for you. Oh well. Okay, so here's how I think about it. We're gonna draw like a box type of universe here. Really, this starts. I mean, you probably know this already. Got a lot of different rulers out here, but this 1-point perspective, the classic, is the road to nowhere kind of thing, or the road in the desert. And so if I just pick 2 angles that both go disappearing off into the distance like that, then I already have the start of a linear perspective drawing. So, but it's really not much until you get some boxes or some buildings or whatever into it. And so the way I like to think about boxes within this world is that they're flat. They're just a rectangle. Okay, they have a height and a width. They're made of verticals and horizontals only. And so, and you can stick them pretty much wherever you want. So I'm going to do one, say right here. Now you can probably see I've got some different tools here. I've got the triangle, and this is great for making verticals anywhere I want. And so let's see. So I'm going to make a box, just a regular rectangle, but I'm going to decide the size of it. And I'm going to make it out of some verticals. Can you see that? Yeah. And some additional horizontals. So maybe one like right there. One up here. Yeah, okay. Probably even better off using this crayon so you can see it really good. And when I do linear perspective, it's just a starting point too. It's the framework, structure to build other stuff on. So don't be afraid to hand draw, especially if you've got a nice solid line to start with. All right, so this is this building facing us. And what I need next is the side. And so, or the side that's facing the road here. And so I know that this line is going to go to my vanishing point. And this was the big discovery with linear perspective, is that all these lines go to the same spot. And if you can reverse engineer it, you have something. Okay. So if I do just a little line off of each side, start to get this thing going. And so I'll come back in with some verticals to finish out this little skinny building here. And let's see, I guess I'll go out to where I have it on the bottom. And so you're noticing that short or long, I'm using this all the time. So here I want to line up with the side. And, you know, even if you don't have a triangle or a T-square like this, it's not even perfect, but you got to admit that that box is sitting in front of that road, and it's in a three-dimensional space. Let's see. Let me do another one. I'm going to do this one. Let's see. I'm going to do a box that's... There we go. Getting used to this style. Do a box that's over here and that crosses through the horizon line. So I'm going to go bottom there, top there, and maybe while I'm at it, I'll do one up here, floating in space too. Do a couple of horizontals, a couple of verticals. Okay, and then with my regular ruler, I'm going to follow back all of those corners. So what I mean by that is I'm going to, at least on any that I can see. So this is going to fall to someplace that I can't really see, so I don't really care about that. I'm going to go for this one here. Now, when I do this, I do just a short line. I don't need to come all the way back to here. That would be too much. That would be frightening. And really, it looks like those are the only two that I need for that floater. This one here, I'll have one here and one here, and then I won't have to worry about those. So I'll do those. Sometimes you got to leave a little room for your pencil or whatever it is you're using. Maybe this will have a longer side. But you see how top and bottom, they both go to that vanishing point. Okay, now back to the T-square to get this, because it's real important that this stay vertical. Remember, verticals, horizontals, and then diagonals. And here I have a horizontal where this ends. Okay, and so there you go. You've got three boxes that are definitely working together in three-dimensional space. So what I would like you to get in there for yours is some kind of value. So think about where the light's coming from and where it's, so I'm assuming that the light's coming from sort of a direction like this. So the bottoms of things, the sides of things are going to have less. And I could even put some shadow behind these things. Maybe this thing's casting a shadow down on the ground, and that sort of tells us where it's existing. The other thing is, this is a great chance to get some atmospheric perspective in. And so if, for example, with texture, you draw pretty hard up here and textured, you could allow that same texture to exist at different distances. In fact, back here, it's probably just going to be some dots and stuff. and allow those to fade out in value too. Maybe you've got, you know, a lot of shadow and black and stuff up close, and you can do it on, you'll do it on the road too. So it gets farther away, it's going to get lighter, and it's going to get smoother, all that. So yeah, you want lots of texture close. And so you see, once you start putting some, and that's just the beginning stage, skies go the opposite. So really, you want to avoid this hard black line that I did earlier, because that kind of knocks back your atmospheric perspective. Don't want to put stuff back there. You want to just kind of fade out to it. And you could populate yours with more squares or whatever you want to do, but you can. They start off pretty sterile, and it doesn't take a whole lot of texture or a whole lot of value or different things to start to block in a picture. And then skies go the opposite of the ground, and so you actually have more darkness in the sky up above, high up above, and it actually fades out as you go down, so it starts out dark. And sometimes with something like this, here I'm just using the side of this tool, and where I'm not drawing, I'm going to figure are going to be clouds. I'm not doing too much detail up there because I want people to look at the rest of the picture here. So I also like to kind of block in corners, make roadblocks for people kind of, and so sometimes that's almost like a literal thing, like something like that. I feel like actually makes the whole thing look better. All right, so that's a quick one for you of a 1-point exterior perspective, linear perspective drawing. Thank you.